Evanston basketball is live on the radio at KNYN 99.1 and online at mylocalradio.com. Catch the Red Devils all winter long on your exclusive home for Evanston sports. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Mountain West Business Solutions, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Landmark Plumbing and Heating, McKay Frankham, Uinta County School District Number 1, Joe's Modern Cleaners, Ellingford Brothers, Legal Tender Restaurant at Dunmar Inn, The Lumberyard, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Bear River Dental, Superior Rental and The Gun Room, T-Bar S Body Shop, West Star Printing, Pet Mineral Labs, Trona Valley Credit Union, MyLocalRadio.com, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Plains Tire, Evanston Regional Hospital, Kazine's, Seavers Jewelers, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, and Flex Fitness. With the opening tip approaching, let's head courtside for pregame coverage.
Welcome live to Schweitzer Gymnasium as we are about 8.5 minutes away from the opening tip of Rock Springs and Evanston on the girls' side. A consolation semifinal, the right to play in state is on the line in this game, and the right to get another week to your basketball season. No, I actually can't hear myself. Let's see if we can get that going again. I'll jitter it around. We'll be right back on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on K9 Radio.
Is laundry one of those chores that drags you down? Let Joe's Modern Cleaners come to your rescue. Take advantage of their wash and fold service. You drop it off and pick it up. The rest is done for you. Or you could take all your clothes to Joe's, load them up into the multiple washers, then dry them in the multiple dryers, and do all 10 loads in the time that it would take you to do 2 at home. Ask about all our other laundry options at Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
I think another good name for Matt Rex, the owner of T-Bar S Body Shop in Evanston, would be the Anger Eraser. I came out to the parking lot to find a ding and scratch. I was so angry, I went to T-Bar S Body Shop to get a quote and met Matt Rex. He said they would fix it, and he'd even talked to my insurance company. When I picked up my car, it looked great. No stress, no hassle. Matt's friendliness and quality service erased all my anger. When your car gets bunged up, don't get angry, just let T-Bar fix your car.
Welcome back to Schweitzer Gymnasium, where Evanston and Rock Springs do battle. We'll have starters for you in just a bit, but first let's hear from Larry Wagstaff and get a update on the final on the wrestling season. Later on today in the boys' game, we'll hear from state runner-up at the 195 division, Pablo Escalante. Let's hear from Coach Wagstaff right now.
I have Larry Wagstaff with me. Final week of the wrestling season, of course, as it always does, ended at the Casper Event Center, and you ended up with one guy in the championship. Pablo Escalante finished second. You had some more guys in the third and fourth place matches, one guy fifth. Run me through that weekend as a whole as you saw it.
Yeah, when we were up there, it was a tough tournament. We had some sickness going on, and some of our kids didn't perform as well as we had hoped they would, but Pablo ended up getting in the finals. He had kind of a tough road to go through because of his placing in the region. He was a draw-in kid, so he actually had to wrestle probably maybe the best kid in the weight in the quarterfinals, and he was able to beat him in a real exciting match in a overtime match. We beat him, and then in the semis he had a great match and pinned the kid there. In the finals, he's wrestling a kid from Trona. They've wrestled 4 times this year now, and that kid's beat us 3 times, and we beat him once. So it was a great match, and it was coming down the wire and gambled on a move. And if it had worked, we would have been a state champ, but it didn't. So Paul tried to take a kid with a cradle from his feet. Almost worked, but it didn't. So he ended up second, but he had a great year, and he's been I don't know if you know Pablo at all, but he's been a great leader for us, and a kid that's, worked extremely hard this year. Jackson Moore, freshman, ended up third at 113, had a super state tournament as his best performance of the year. Kendall Cummings ended up fourth at 132. A little bit lower than I anticipated he would go, but he wrestled well, and the kids he beat were good kids, and the kids he lost to were solid kids. So, and then Brandon Van Giesen, our 6-pounder, was able to place fifth, so he had a pretty good weekend.
Some of those kids you mentioned in the third, fourth place matches, finishing fifth, anything like that, really young kids, and going that high in state. Is that partially them being very good wrestlers, of course, and then also they're going to be seeing some of those kids and maybe older guys as they go up the weight classes in the coming years too?
Well, yeah, they're all young kids, sophomores and freshmen that placed beside Pablo. So we're excited to have them back. But they're little kids too, so those kids will grow with them. Mm-hmm. So that those kids that beat us will be back. Of course, some will graduate, but we need to be able to deal with those and be able to get them in the future.
Going back to Pablo for just a bit, you mentioned the importance of how placing in a regional tournament can really affect your chances of getting into that state title game. What happened in regionals, and then when you mentioned drawing, what did that mean for how he got matched up?
Well, he ended up getting beat because of the way the bracket was set up. The Laramie kid that we actually wrestled at state in the quarters and beat was the number one seed in our region. And so Pablo had wrestled the same kid who we had in the state finals in the region, and we lost that kid. And then he went out and wrestled, and the kid just tossed him and stuck him, out of nowhere. And so if you're not in the top four, then you're a draw-in kid, which means that you're drawn in the bracket somewhere against a seeded kid. And in our seat, the way we ended up placing was to wrestle the Laramie kid that was maybe the best kid in the weight. I don't know.
Well, when you get a matchup like that, how does that change from maybe where you're expecting him going, and then all of a sudden you see, well, if you're going to get to that championship match, that might really be in the quarterfinals. How does that change the approach?
Well, we talked about that all week with Pablo's, that to get to where you want to get to, you got to go through this kid. The advantage we had there possibly is we had never wrestled that kid before. Wherever we've been and he's been, we have never matched up with him. He was at Riverton. He placed above us, but we didn't get to wrestle him there. And then when we wrestled him in the conference duels, they held him out. So we never got to see him, which was, I think, to our advantage because the kid didn't know, anything about Pablo and the things he was capable of.
You got a lot of juniors and sophomores coming in. You lose some seniors, but we're so young this year. You're just trying to get those ranks up in age, aren't you?
Most of our kids are actually freshmen and sophomores. Yeah. We had 22 freshmen.
Well, I mean for next year.
Yeah. Well, those freshmen that we had 22 of them this year. We look for great things out of a lot of them. Our junior class is fairly small, too. I think we've had maybe 3 or 4 juniors that contributed all year, but our junior class is quite small, too. So.
Well, as you get those freshmen and sophomores into next year being sophomores and juniors, does that change the way the wrestling room works a little bit of that? There's less teaching going on?
Well, you always have to teach. But as kids get older and spend more time in there, it gives you more time to do more advanced things. So.
We are about 1:35 away from the opening tip, so as we see the teams come down to their respective benches, let's hear briefly from head coach of the Rock Springs Tigers, Ramiro Candelaria, as we get close to the tip-off for Evanston versus Rock Springs. On the Lady Red Devils side and Lady Tiger side, needing a win to continue their season. A loss, and it's all over. Let's now hear from head coach for the Rock Springs Tigers, Ramiro Candelaria.
I have Ramiro Candelaria with me, head coach of the Rock Springs Tigers. A win today means that you move on in a consolation game. You need to get one more win, and it's up against Evanston, a team you've only seen once this year. What's the thing you're telling your girls they need to focus on against a team that doesn't score a lot but plays a lot of defense?
Right now we're kind of just excited to play them again because it was a close one at their place, and then it come down to the last couple possessions. So we feel it's going to be a pretty good matchup. We know that they like to play a lot of defense. They like to run their offense a lot. But we're going to look to hopefully clog up the middle a little bit, not let Drew shoot too many threes. So we're hoping to come out with some energy tomorrow morning.
It was a little bit slow going for your offense as well. Brentley Jenkins held to 6 points in that contest. And as a little bit, her offense has dropped a little bit in the second half as teams have focused in on her, and you've had to rely on points from elsewhere. As that has happened, which is inevitable, where have you looked for her to distribute or find offense elsewhere?
We look for her coming off screens, and then now we have Henry sometimes bring the ball up, so she's off ball. She just does. Brinley does so many things in the defensive end with tips and steals and stuff. So she does have her opportunity to score still. Hopefully they key in on her a little bit more because our other players are playing pretty good right now.
Well, you got a size advantage down low, and you use it, and you have some players that you can move in and out. Have you made it all the way through the year with health issues intact? I know you had a little bit of sickness as of late, but are you coming into this final day healthy?
We got, like everybody, ankle here, ankle there, but otherwise, there's no excuses right now. We just got to go play.
Well, Coach Candelaria, as you go into the final day of the regional tournament, win or lose, and you're hoping to move on to state, what would you like to see your girls do in this final day in the opening game?
Just put a game together, play together like we did with Jackson. It's been a long time since we've passed the ball around like that. Other people have scored, like we had our bench rolling in there. So, hopefully we just put a good team game together.
All right, Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Starting lineups being announced. Evanston, the number 3 seed, and Rock Springs, number 3 seed from the Southwest Conference. Rock Springs, a number 3 seed from the Southwest, so no separation that way. Head-to-head went Evanston's way. I don't know if that matters, but Evanston is the designated home team tonight. Nothing really matters outside of the jersey color. Evanston has the white jerseys, Rock Springs in the black with bright orange numerals. Starters listed for Rock Springs, and one player normally in the starting lineup out today. I was told by Coach Candelaria that she would not be in it today. 5'8", senior Kyla Henry will come off the bench if we do see her today. Kaylin Hyatt being announced for starters. Let me get Rock Springs first. Brenley Jenkins, 5'6" freshman, 17 points, 4 steals per game. Where's number 23? McKaylee Minery, 6 points. Where's number 21? 5'6" junior. 5'7" junior, Peyton Reese, where's number 2, averages about 5.5 points per game. Jaden Robinson, a 5'8" senior, where's number 12, and averages 3 points per game. Courtney Smith in the center, 5'10", senior, 3.3 points per contest. On Evanston side, Kaylin Hyatt, where's number 2, 5'3" senior, 4'11" junior. Corey DeRue, where's number 3. Natalie Robbins, 5'6" senior. Where's 23? Hannah Sowers, a senior as well, 5'8", where's number 34. And Ajahana tipping at center, where's number 20, 5'11" senior. Ajahana Archuleta. Smith versus Archuleta at center court. Evanston moving from right to left. Tip is up, and tip goes Evanston's way. Start the clock on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Natalie Robbins has it for the beginning of the contest. This is a win and you're into state. Lose and see you next year. Courtney Smith steals away a ball. Evanston looking for that patented back cut on the lob from the right wing over to the left blocks. It was stolen away by Smith. Rock Springs takes it across the timeline. Moving with it, McKaylee Minery gives off to Reese. Jenkins coming around on a curl. Taryn Wagstaff in the starting lineup for Kaylin Hyatt today. I missed that as we were trying to get those in quickly. So Wagstaff in the starting lineup today, getting a steal and fouled from behind. This is the first start of the year for Taryn, and it came with me looking with my head down as I was looking over at the Rock Springs side, seeing if Henry even had her jersey on. It does, but she has that warm-ups on, so we'll see how much we see her. Inbound to Wagstaff, airballed, and Courtney Smith takes the rebound in. Wagstaff and Amber Lowe have seen heavy minutes off the bench. They probably played more than Kaylin Hyatt, the senior, throughout the last few weeks of the season, but this is the first time we don't see the senior point guard in the starting lineup. Rock Springs basketball on the wing. Peyton Reese throws up a high three-pointer. It took about 4 minutes for the ball to fall back down, but it went right through the net, and it's 3-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Steal and a foul on the attempted steal by McKaylee Minery. First foul on Minery. Evanston basketball, Robbins on the inbound. 5:55 left as Taryn Wagstaff takes it across, playing point guard for the Red Devils today. First foul on either side was on Minery. Look down into the blocks from Natalie Robbins. It's Ajahana losing the ball. Evanston picking it back up. Free throw line extended three from DeRue, misses. Archuleta bobbles the ball and gets knocked a little bit in the air and loses it, and Courtney Smith comes away with the board. Jenkins taking it across for Rock Springs. She's got quick stutter steps from right to left, back to the left, and then she gives it back to Minery on the corner. Bremley back with the possession. Taryn Wagstaff on her. Drive to the left or over to the right side, and losing the ball was Reese. Corey DeRue up ahead on the layup, in for Evanston. 3-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. It was Jaden Robinson, rather, who had the ball stolen away by DeRue. Press on for Evanston, down by 1 point. Early on in the first quarter, it's looked like an early morning game. Players looking like they need to wake up a little bit, losing the ball back and forth. But hey, again, that's kind of how Evanston's like to play all year. They've liked to muddy up the contest and make the team just hate to be out on the floor against that pesky defense. Peyton Reese has it at the top. Looks down to Smith. Knocked out from behind by Archuleta. Brenley Jenkins picks it back up. Drives over to the right wing. Hands off to Minery. Looking at the free throw line. Minery backs up behind the 3-point. 5.5 minutes left. Over to the right wing. It's Jenkins. Down low to Minery. She rolled down. Lost the ball off her foot. Grabbed it back. Reese has it on the corner. Drives into the blocks. Floats one up and it's good. 5-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Peyton Reese, of all players, has the first 5 points of the contest. That's already her season average on the year. DeRue breaks the press and has a 2-on-1. Finds Hannah Sowers in space. And a quick fast break bucket for the Red Devils. Evanston down 5-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Tell you what doesn't sound like an early morning, it's the crowd here. Evanston has woken up early and is out in droves. See some Rock Springs fans trickling in as well. Try it again from 3 by Peyton Reese. How about that? The first 8 points of the game for Rock Springs belong to the 5'7" junior Peyton Reese. What an incredible early morning performance by Reese. Already over her season average by 3 points. Natalie Robbins picks it up at the elbow, drives into the blocks, throws a wild one up. Minery had it. Robbins picks the board back up. Rock Springs fans wanted a carry. Nothing called. Missed on the second shot on the left elbow by Robbins, and Smith hauls down the rebound. Robinson looks to the far side. Over to the near, it's Brenley Jenkins on the corner. Jenkins working baseline, step back 3. Good! Whoa, what an incredible shooting performance early on by Rock Springs. That's their third tray already. 4:12 remaining in the first period. 11-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. DeRue may need to respond, but she's got tight defense. Double team comes in, and then Brenley Jenkins rips it out of her hands, gives it off to Minery. Jenkins averaging over 4 steals per game as a freshman. She gets so many accolades for her offense and her rebounding on that sake as well, but her defense is absolutely exquisite. Out to the right wing. It is Courtney Smith showing a little bit of range. Timeout taken by the Red Devils. Rock Springs unconscious from the field. 13-11 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And this is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of...
Yep. Got kicked off the internet there for one reason or another, but we're back here at Schweitzer Gymnasium. Evanston scoring out of the break to make it 13-6. With the internet going out, I missed who scored those 2 points. Down low, it's Rock Springs, and Jaden Robeson gets 2 more to her name. 15-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Looks like I also misplaced my clipboard in the process of trying to get back on the internet. Is it right behind me? There we go. Thank you very much. Steve Cora, KUGR, helping us out, giving the assist there. Time on the clock is at 2:13. And again, we're not sure what happened with that internet problem there. It just the first glitch we've really had this whole time. .205 left. Rock Springs basketball, 15-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Kyla Henry in for the first time today, making an immediate offensive impact herself. Drives from the high post down low and gets a quick 2 on the board. Score is 17-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. 1:50 left. Zosha Novakoskian turns around, is fouled, and headed to the free throw line. Looked like Robeson may have been on the foul there. See if it's 2-5. No, that's not Robinson. That is McKaylee Johnson. Her first. Just the second team foul for Rock Springs. And Zosha hits on the first. Kaylin Hyatt into the game, as is Amber Lowe. That all happening at that last timeout when we were kicked off air for a little bit. Apologies for that, and not really sure what it is. Sometimes wireless internet will do that for you. Zosha made her second free throw, but Natalie Robbins came into the lane as she was shooting, so that was an easy call for the referees to wave the shot off. 17-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Peyton Reese with the basketball. Evanston trying to pressure. Low to the middle of the court. It's Kyla Henry. Some space, working against Natalie. Natalie called for a block foul. She puts her hands up in the air, says, where was I? But, yeah, she was moving her feet back, and Henry going forward. That's probably going to be a black foul most of the time. A foul's on Natalie. So for Natalie, that is number 1. First team foul for Evanston as well. Clock stopped at 1:37. Score is 18-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Brenley Jenkins inbounding from the baseline for Rock Springs. Finds Henry on the right wing. Back to Brenley. Gets a screen to the left. Goes with it. Looks to go behind her back. Loses her handle a bit. Wisely picks it up to avoid a possible travel call. McKaylee Minery gives to Smith. Down low into the post. Jenkins steps back to the wing. 3 is up and cannot fall. Not quite as hot as they were to start the game, but Rock Springs hitting 3 trays early on, leading 18-7. Aja Hanna gets her first shot up. It's an air ball. Jump ball between Amber Lowe and McKaylee Minery. And the possession arrow is with Rock Springs. Winner of this game plays at 3 o'clock. If Evanston is able to come back and get a win in this game, we will be there to bring you that at Livingston Elementary as much as we can, at least, because the boys for Evanston play at 1 o'clock, and we'll need to stop and regroup and reset up. Zosha Novakoski got a steal for the Devils, but Brenley Jenkins got it right back. Elbow shot, hits front iron, rolling around, falling out. Rebound, Jenkins. Reese for another 3. From the wing, it's in! She cannot miss. It's 21-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Peyton Reese, 11 points in the quarter on her own. Evanston basketball. Kaylin Hyatt has it at the top of the key. Gives left side to Sierra Burley, seeing her first playing time in the game. 24 seconds left in the quarter. 21-7 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Hyatt throws it away, looking for Aja Hanna in the post. It goes right into the hands of Peyton Reese. Final possession perhaps for Rock Springs. DeRue and Sowers move her to the scorer's table. They're probably in at the end of the quarter, though. Kyla Henry at the top of the key with 7 seconds left. Jenkins moving over to her left side. Henry drives right, picks it up the free throw line, looks back to Smith. Zosha steals it away. 1 second left. The clock expires as she goes up for a layup. Wave it off. 21-7 at the end of 1 quarter. Evanston trailing Rock Springs big in this one. Rock Springs on the heels of 10 points by Peyton Reese, getting a round of applause as she heads to the bench. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Hello, Miss Susan Siamese Cat.
Dr. Dog, I'm here because my perfectly shiny fur has lost its shimmer, and I don't have the energy I did as a kitten.
Miss Susan Siamese Cat, I recommend that you start taking the Feline Daily Multi-Chews from PetMinerals.com immediately. Your good health isn't a yarn ball to play with.
Dr. Dog, you always make me feel better.
Log on to PetMinerals.com today and get your feline supplements ordered today.
21-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And talking to the Rock Springs broadcaster as well, I think Rock Springs got an extra point at some point in that quarter. I think they just added one on because I didn't have it accounted for, and neither did he. So as we start the second quarter, it's Evanston basketball, but either way, I don't think it'll be corrected now if there was an extra point added on. 7:44 left and a turnover Rock Springs way. 21-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Robinson has 2 points in the first quarter. She has the ball at the top of the key. Looks over right wing to Reese. 11 points and unconscious from beyond the arc with how many threes? 3 in the first quarter alone by Peyton Reese. Minery at the top of the key. Gives off left side to Kyla Henry. Brenley Jenkins getting a rare blow on the bench right now. She is on the bench. It's Robinson, Henry, Smith, Minery, and Reese on the court for Rock Springs. Down low into the block. Smith bobbles it. Gives it out to Minery. She tries a corner 3. It's a little bit long. May have seen Peyton Reese out on the right wing. She was wide open, and she probably could have hit down another one. She's way she's been shooting today. Evanston basketball. Corey DeRue gives it ahead to Amber Lowe. She drives in right through the defense. Layup no good, though. Battle down to the ground, jump ball called, and it's Rock Springs possession as Evanston got the first possession of the game. No, excuse me, it's the arrow never moved. It should be Rock Springs ball. The arrow was focused Evanston's way, but that was incorrect. It was Rock Springs ball. That was just a bad scoreboard. 6:54 left in the second period. 21-7 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Rock Springs basketball. Kyla Henry has it at the top. Gives it back to Jenkins. A minute gone by, and she already comes back into the game. She maybe sees 1 or 2 1-minute breaks per game. Henry at the 10-foot volleyball line with 6.5 minutes left. She drives in right side to the blocks. 2 steps, a cupped hand around the ball, throws up the layup. No good. Novakoski comes down with the board. Courtney Smith tried to grab it out of her hands, but Novakoski started to do her little spin cycle and said, nuh-uh, not today. Corey DeRue on the wing. At the right side of it, Brenley Jenkins comes out to guard her, gives it back to Amber Lowe, then to DeRue. Calls Lowe to come around to her right side, hands her off on a curl. 6:15 left, 21-7. No one scored in this second period as of yet, almost 2 minutes in. On the left corner, it's Corey DeRue with the basketball up top to Sierra Burley. Let it fly, young lady. It misses off left, though. Brenley Jenkins with the rebound, slowing things down a little bit, taking it across near sideline. Aja Hanna and Natalie Robbins will check in at the next dead ball for Evanston. To the left wing, it's Kyla Henry. Moving to her right side. Jump stop, finds Reese on the corner. Burley on her. Courtney Smith can't handle the pass inside on the post. And it's a turnover back Evanston's way. New player in for Rock Springs. First time today we see Aislinn Pisolar. Where's number 25? About a 5'4", 5'5" junior for Rock Springs. Averages about a half a point a game. 5:40 left and 21-7 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston basketball. Amber Lowe has it to the right wing. Natalie Robbins gets a screen from Aja Hanna. She rolls down to the block, gives it off to Hannah Sowers. Rejected on the shot attempt by Jenkins, but outside to Amber Lowe on the recovery. A 3-ball good on the left corner by Amber Lowe gives Evanston double digits for the first time today. 21-10 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, and Evanston has broken the seal in the third period. 5:15 left. Someone's finally scored. Smith takes a pass away from Pisolar. She dribbles around to a right wing screen. Over to the wing. It's Jenkins up top. Smith has it. Lets the defense go by, has Jenkins to her left, throws to the right corner. Robeson with it. Under 5 minutes to play. Pisolar looking around, surveying the scene on the right wing. Puts the ball on the ground, spin cycle back. Brenley Jenkins drives into the post. Outside, Reese, open on the corner for 3. It's another one. Nothing but net. Give it to that girl every single time. She is perfect at the arc. 24-10 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. 14 points. Steal by Reese. Let's see if she can convert in the fast break as well. Stops on the blocks, ups, misses long. Rebounded by Rock Springs. Robinson came away with it. Brenley Jenkins on the left wing. Holding on to it, waiting for a screen. Roll down by Smith. Jenkins takes it herself, though, on the blocks. 2 more points for Rock Springs. This is an absolute blowout in the making. 26-10 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Brenley Jenkins has 5 points of 26, 14 from Peyton Reese. Down to the left blocks, Evanston basketball. DeRue wants a corner 3 herself, and it's in. Evanston needs to hurry, and a timeout taken by Coach Fessler, trying to shore the tide right here. 4 minutes left, 26-13 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
26-13 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. My sound in my headset's gone out. Let's see if I can get that back here by just jiggling it around. There we go. All right. 26-13 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, and we're back on air. 3:59 left. Rock Springs basketball. I was just told by, I think it was Tony Holt, AD for the Cody High School, that they will delay the third-place game on the girls' side and wait actually for the radios to show up, whoever it may be. A turnover on a double dribble or a carry by Jaden Robinson gives it back to Evanston. So I said they're going to delay it about 15 minutes. That gives us a little bit of travel time if Evanston is able to come back in this contest. The boys' game starts at 1 o'clock here and wouldn't get over till about 2:30. So if we have a third-place game, we should be able to bring it to you in its entirety. Travel by Natalie Robbins turns it back over Rock Springs way. Appreciate that. I don't know how many times in a high school game we can say we actually got media accommodations, but in a regional tournament they realized the extenuating circumstances of going from a high school to an elementary school. Another turnover on Rock Springs side as we continue to talk about the broadcast implications. To be honest, not much has happened out on the court. Back Evanston's way, a sideline inbound about the timeline, and we're down to 3:50 left. Natalie Robbins looking for an inbound, has Taryn Wagstaff behind the timeline. 3:48 on the clock. Amber Lowe left open on the wing. Step back just inside the line. Misses long. Brenley Jenkins, a fine rebounder at about 5'6", leads the team in boards per game. Peyton Reese, 14 points in the contest. Out to Jenkins, wide open on the left wing for three. A little bit long. Reese battling for the rebound. Goes over the back of Amber Lowe and gets whistled for the foul. Jenkins averages 6.5 boards per game. She's probably one of the best defenders. If you put together an all-defensive team in girls basketball in Wyoming, even if it's not West Side, if it's West and East, I think Jenkins is first team as a point guard. Taryn Wagstaff gives it to Lowe at the top of the key. Stutter step, pick up at the elbow, and a delayed travel call there. And it was a clear one there. 26-13 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. 3:16 remaining in the period. Jenkins, the inbounder for Rock Springs, finds Reese right along the sideline, trapped across the timeline. Lowe and Robbins, probably a missed pivot foot pickup, but either way, Taryn Wagstaff picks up a steal, throws it away, looking for Amber Lowe. Lowe turned her wrong shoulder around, and McKaylee Minery came away with the basketball. Brenley Jenkins steps back at the left wing, keeps her dribble, one-handed baseball pass over to the right side. Reese wants another from distance, that a little bit long. Heat check time, and Reese finally has missed one. Still has 14 points, over half of the total. And a long throw over the head by Robbins, looking for Lowe. Down on Evanston's side of the court, goes long and out of bounds. Turnover back Evanston from Evanston to Rock Springs. Kyla Henry checks in. Normally a starter. Henry rolled her ankle in last week's rivalry game, and that may be the reason why she's seeing less minutes off the bench. Brenley Jenkins dribbles it across the timeline, but she never really had control of it, and she loses her dribble out of bounds on the baseline on Evanston, or on Rock Springs side, and Evanston will take it across. Inbound to DeRue, back to Ajahana. Rock Springs showing a little bit of pressure. About 2:34 left. Sowers takes it across the timeline, back far sideline to Wagstaff. Jenkins comes out to guard her. DeRue on the left wing. Had a bit of opening, but Minery shading from behind. Prevents the 4'11 senior guard from getting a shot off. Wagstaff penetrates, dishes out left side to Zosha, back up to the wing. It's Corey DeRue with the basketball, down to 2:14 left to play. DeRue loses her dribble, picks it up, finds Wagstaff at the 10-foot volleyball line. Wagstaff has Jenkins on her, drives to her left side, gets tripped up. Minery, the one tripping her up. Down low to Zosha, then to DeRue. Up top, Wagstaff wants a straightaway three, misses on the bank attempt. No good, and Robinson takes the board down. Evanston has 6 points in the quarter, both shots coming from beyond the arc, one by Amber Lowe, one by Corey DeRue. Minery on the right wing for Rock Springs, moving from left to right. The designated road team in jersey color. They've got the black jerseys on, orange numerals. Evanston the white with the red numerals. Down low, Minery is double teamed. That opens up Kyla Henry. She stutter steps and travels at the top of the key, trying to drive in for an elbow shot. 1:30 is where the clock is stopped, and our offense has stopped on both sides as well. 26-13, a stalemate since the last time out. Taryn Wagstaff takes the inbound. 1:28 to play in the first half. The boys for Evanston play at 1 p.m. today. We'll have that game for you as well. Ajahana is tripped up and a foul called as she was driving into the paint. Coming in from the right side, foul on 2-0, Kyla Henry with the offense. Peyton Reese into the game, Henry out. Baseline inbound for Evanston. DeRue to Novakoski. To Wagstaff, opens up DeRue on the corner for three. It's short. Robinson with the rebound. Double team trap. Looks for Smith at the middle. Smith throws it to Minery. Still behind the timeline. Taking it across. And Minery's trapped. Got to be a foul, something. Nothing called. And Evanston comes away with a steal. A little merry-go-round twirl as Corey DeRue ripped the ball out of Robinson's hands. And a foul comes on Robinson. 57.2 seconds remaining. Still nobody scoring since the last time out. 26-13. Evanston trailing Rock Springs. Natalie Robbins wants in for the last minute of the game. Moves to the scorer's table and replaces Hannah Sowers. It puts her, Novakoski, DeRue, Aja Hanna, and Taryn Wagstaff on the floor. Robbins will inbound. She finds Wagstaff, who goes straight back to Robbins. Back to Wagstaff, 10 feet past the half-court line. Robbins to the left side, opens up Wagstaff, elbow to the corner. DeRue for another three attempt. Rattles out, no good. Minery had the board but knocked out. Ball on the ground, chasing for it. Novakoski runs into Robbins and throws it out of bounds, trying to save the possession. 38 seconds remaining in the first half. 26-13 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Inbound to Peyton Reese. She finds Brenley Jenkins. Jenkins in the backcourt, beats Aja Hanna off the dribble. Still on the run, down to the blocks, jump stop. And a foul on the ground is called. It is just foul number 2 of the half for Evanston. Nowhere near free throws. 31 seconds remaining. Foul on Aja Hanna is her first. Inbound to Jenkins, goes to Peyton Reese. Back to Jenkins at the free throw line. Moves around right side, Robinson for a three at the wing. Nothing but net. The seal's been broken ever since that last time out now. And Robinson gets a three. It's a three party for Rock Springs today. 29-13 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Evanston with the dribble. Natalie Robbins has it right wing. Turns around, finds Wagstaff at the top. Over to the left side is Corey DeRue. DeRue guarded by Minery. 5 seconds left. Robbins drives in. Moves around right block side. And a foul called. 2 shots. A little scooped up by Natalie Robbins. Foul on 3-3. Courtney Smith, the 5'10 senior, post for Rock Springs. Team foul number 6 for Rock Springs. Just 2 in the first half for Evanston. Natalie cannot convert on the first. One second remaining in the first half. Second free throw by Robbins falls. 29-14. And the half ends. Rock Springs on top by 15. Halfway to a state berth. And Evanston looking for answers as they move to the locker room. Join us at halftime where we will hear on the half-court stats as best we can get them, and also talk a little bit about that extra point that was added at the halftime because it may be taken away. It was back in the first quarter. An extra point may have been added. The scorer's table said they'll take a look at that at the half, so the score may be 28-14 when we come back. Either way, no matter what it is, Rock Springs with a big lead over Evanston on the Impact Physical Therapy board, and this is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
We each have 168 hours in every week. When you exercise 2 to 3 hours a week, everything about your life gets better. I know this from personal experience. This is Ben Carden, owner of Flex Fitness Gym in Evanston. 2 to 3 hours of exercise per week will help you feel better, you will have more energy and confidence, your clothes will fit better, and the list goes on. Set yourself up for success. Visit Flex Fitness today and let us help you achieve a more healthy lifestyle. Flex Fitness, 100 Yellow Creek Road, right next to Smith's in Evanston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
It's important to feel like you belong. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we understand the value of connection. When you become a member, you join our family. You become an owner of a not-for-profit financial organization, and your success becomes our success. We give back to our members by offering lower loan rates, fewer fees, higher yields, and more products and services. Become a member of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, and let's work together to reach your financial goals. We're a caring partner here for you. Member NCUA.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
The Lumberyard in Evanston, Wyoming is your local IFA dealer. The Lumberyard has tons of animal feed lines and accessories to help with your farm and ranch. Since 1923, IFA has worked to manufacture and distribute the highest quality products to the agricultural community. The Lumberyard has partnered with IFA to develop product lines based on customer need. We won't sell you something that doesn't make you successful. Visit us online or at the Lumberyard today, your local IFA dealer, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
29-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboards. We welcome you back to Cody High School, and it's 1 of 2 shooting from Jaden Robison in the first quarter. That is that extra point that we couldn't account for. None of us remember it outside of the scores table, but that's a Rock Springs bench, Evanston's bench, our broadcast, their broadcast. Someone said maybe they shot free throws, but at the scores table they have Robison 1 of 2 from the line. I know I never called free throws. I know I was off for a short time, but that's not when the extra point appeared. Either way, that's what it is, and that's what it will stay to be. 21 points in the first quarter by Rock Springs, 8 in the second quarter. For Evanston, they had 7 in each quarter to get to their total of 14. Corey DeRue has 5 points, 1 point for Natalie Robbins, 2 from Hannah Sowers, and 3 from Amber Lowe, 1 of 2 shooting for Zosha Novakoski at the free throw line. 5 points for Brenley Jenkins, an incredible 14 by Peyton Reese. She's the hero of this contest so far on Rock Springs side. 6 points from Jaden Robison, Courtney Smith with 2, and Kyla Henry with 2 for your total of 29. We'll take another break as we need to catch up with some, as we got a little bit behind, especially going off air for that short amount of time. We'll catch up with some of our sponsors on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll see you for the third quarter.
No matter what season of the year it is, when you live in our neck of the woods, you need outdoor power equipment. With quality product lines like Stihl, Toro, and Walker, Superior Rental and Sales has what you need for every season. Everything from homeowner to professional grade products. Plus, when it comes to maintenance, you're covered. Our full-time mechanic is available for tune-ups, maintenance, chain sharpening, whatever you need. Stop in today, Superior Rental and Sales, 371 Prospector Drive here in Evanston.
When it comes to shopping online, you definitely want to put thelumberyard.com on your list of favorites. You'll save time and money by visiting thelumberyard.com first. You'll find a huge selection of inventory to choose from. We've got everything you need for any of your home, yard, or shop projects. Get excellent prices and quick delivery when you shop at thelumberyard.com. We are part of the local community, plus we ship all over the United States. Log on today to see what all the excitement is about.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Dr. Dog, the other day I was at the dog park and ran into Keegan, the Irish setter from up the road. When we smelled hello, I was surprised because he smelled like delicious roasted duck. When I asked if he'd been hunting, he said nein, he had been to see you.
Yes, Mr. Hans German Shepherd, I'm recommending Canine Superfood Advance from PetMinerals.com for all my canine patients. The powder mixes with your dog food to create a delicious duck-flavored gravy. Order your Superfood Advance from PetMinerals.com today.
You're invited to browse through the store at Kazine's Ace Hardware in Evanston. You'll find vacuums and cleaning supplies, everything you need for your next painting project. A full line of electrical products, bolts, screws, hand tools, power tools, bathroom fixtures, and plumbing supplies. Plus everything else you need to take care of your lawn and garden, from lawnmowers to fertilizer. Once you finish all your projects, you can sit down on the comfortable patio furniture and barbecue on your new Weber or Traeger grill that you could also find at Kazine's Ace Hardware. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. Kazine's Ace Hardware on Front Street in Evanston.
From Randolph, Utah to the Uinta Mountains, from Lyman to Evanston. Whenever you have plumbing, heating, or air conditioning problems, call Landmark Plumbing and Heating at 307-789-8793. Regular office hours run Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., but we also offer 24/7 emergency service. Do you need a new septic system, water heater, or furnace? You can trust Landmark Plumbing and Heating. Program our number into your phone right now, 307-789-8793. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
When you run a farm or ranch, you understand how important water is when it comes to your animals. Not only does it matter for the overall health of your animals, but it directly ties to your bottom line. Ellingford Brothers sells cement water troughs and custom-built critter ladders, culverts, head gates, and septic tanks. See how Ellingford Brothers can help you with water options for your farm or ranch. Call today, 307-789-1515. That's 789-1515.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Uinta County School District No. 1 has been committed to excellence since its beginning in 1870. This commitment is not only reflected in student education, but in our school buildings and facilities over the years. The staff at Uinta County School District No. 1 works hard to provide clean, comfortable, and safe learning environments for student learning. No matter what department you're working with, at Uinta County School District No. 1, you will always find us striving for the pathway to excellence.
Welcome back live to Schweitzer Gymnasium, and the appeal continues on Evanston's side on that point. It's 29-14 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board just before the beginning of the third period. And Coach Fessler out talking to the scoring table and to the officials now. Here's the story. Rock Springs bench had it at 28 points. Evanston's bench had it at 28 points. We had it at 28 points. The Rock Springs broadcast had it at 20 points. Everyone had it at 28. Nobody remembers these foul shots ever happening. But the scoring table has it. And maybe they did have it. Maybe they did. There's video evidence, and you can go check that out yourself, and that would be the ultimate killer. So if anyone remembers these or saw them, then let us know. But it was a weird thing of a collective misremembering by all of us then, in that case, that nobody seems to remember these foul shots happening. I know I didn't broadcast them, but I was off air for a short amount of time, so maybe that was an account for it. Either way, it is the third quarter beginning, and Evanston will have possession. Coach Fessler still standing at the scoring table, delaying that call, and the referees are going out to the scorebook. The problem is the scorebook has been adjusted accordingly to the scoring table as well, and we've all now added those free throws that she said that's what we missed. So if you look at the book now, well, we've added those because where did they come from? And she said they came from there. So now they will all reflect that. So we are still delayed in the first quarter as the referees are at the scoring book, and I think that extra point ultimately will stand because the burden of proof is on everyone else. And there's really only one book that actually counts, and that's the one at the scoring table. So 29-14, and Evanston has the basketball to begin the third quarter. The inbound to Natalie Robbins. Out on the court along with Robbins, Taryn Wagstaff, Ajahana Archuleta, Hannah Sowers, and Corey DeRue. Robbins swings it to the left side, out to the corner. DeRue open for a long three, and it's good! 29-17 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Corey DeRue comes out immediately, and in a game that may come down to a single point if Evanston has a run, how upset could the potential for this one be, depending on how that runs out? If it stays at a big margin, as Brentley Jenkins misses one and Evanston on the run on a rebound by Archuleta, if it stays at a big distance, it won't matter. But if it comes down to a single point or two, there will be talk about that scoreboard and the free throw happening. Long throw by Robin. She knocks it out of bounds, intended for Hannah Sowers, and that forces an immediate checkout. Sowers is in. Natalie Robbins is to the bench. Sierra Burley into the game. $7:19 left. Let me stop that clock on my board. Brentley Jenkins gives it to Peyton Reese. It's Jenkins, Reese, Robison, Minery, and Courtney Smith on the court for Rock Springs. Robison has it on the right wing, looks back to Jenkins at the top of the key. She picks it up, drives into the left block, jump stop, rejected by Archuleta. Ball stays with Rock Springs on the knockout by Ajahana. Jenkins to inbound. Clock at 7:07, not even a minute gone by, and we've already had some great offensive tries already. Didn't have a whole lot of scoring at the end of the second quarter. Third quarter, a little bit different. Minery takes the inbound, looks to the top of the key, goes right side. Corey DeRue steals it away, intended for Robison. Taryn Wagstaff to take it across for Evanston. 6:55 left. The offense coming alive for the Red Devils. Looking for another bucket. They got one by DeRue on the corner three. She's calling for it again, and she's wide open, but they're looking away from her. That 2-3 defensive set has a little bit of time and space for DeRue if they get it to her quick enough. It's right wing to Burley on the right side on the corner. They throw it down into the blocks. Archuleta against a double team. Hoop and the harm. It falls, and a chance for another three-point play by Evanston. 29-19. A switch of fortunes in half number two. Jaden Robison with the foul call. Her second, excuse me. Clock stopped at 6:31. Archuleta getting her first bucket of the day on the free throw. It's up and in. 29-20 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And Evanston pulls to within a single-digit deficit. Down by 9. Timeout taken. We'll be back in a minute. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Members of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union feel confident that our staff has your best interest in mind, confident that we acknowledge your financial needs, confident that we are always working hard to provide the best rates, best products, and the best service the industry can offer, and confident that we will always work with you to help achieve your financial goals. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
If you haven't seen the huge selection of furniture and appliances at Kazine's, you've got to stop by. Is your mattress old and lumpy? We sell mattresses. Has your dishwasher quit doing its job? We carry a full line of kitchen appliances. Does your living room furniture look like it started out in your great Aunt Vi's house? We've got...
Back here at Schweitzer Gymnasium, and the inbound taken away on the throw from Rock Springs. Hannah Sowers converts on a quick two. Another timeout by Evanston. Another turnover by Evanston. Corey DeRue gets a charging foul drawn on 25. Is that the call, or 23? It'd be Brentley Jenkins, I think. Jenkins with her first on the charge. Clock at 6:21, and it is 22 points for Evanston, down by 7, and they have the basketball. Down to the block. Sowers is wide open again. It falls out. Archuleta on the putback. She's fouled and back to the free throw line. Archuleta just hit an and one from the free throw line. 6:12 remaining in the third period. One of the few seniors on this team, Kyla Henry, will check in. Looks like she will come in at the next shot. Not in. Archuleta on the first, misses. Henry replaces Courtney Smith. Set for the free throw. It falls. 2-possession game, 29-23 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Jenkins dealing with some heavy pressure. Double team, rolls around to the near sideline. DeRue and Archuleta Trapper. Bounce pass to Minery. Over right side is Kyla Henry with the basketball. Holding on about the 10-foot volleyball line. Puts it on the ground a couple of times, then gives to Jenkins. Left side off. It's Jaden Robinson to Jenkins in the paint. She goes to work. Shot waved off as it falls. And just a foul on the ground. Would be an NBA continuation if she got that one. First foul on Corey DeRue. Team's third foul in the entire game. Henry takes the inbound. Drives into the left block. Bounces it off the foot of Hannah Sowers. And a kickball violation. Gives it back to Rock Springs. Amber Lowe checks in for Sierra Burley on Evanston's side. 5:48 remaining in the third period. Evanston was down 15 at the half. They trail by 6. Henry takes the inbound, misses short. Sowers on the rebound to Wagstaff. Here come the Lady Red Devils one more time. Wagstaff across the timeline, calling out the play, looking for Lowe on a screen down under the basket. Wagstaff goes to the left under it. On the left wing, she still has her dribble. Popping to the top, it's Hannah Sowers taking the pass over to the right side. DeRue on the wing, guarded by Minery. Looking into the paint, bounce pass past Archuleta, but Peyton Reese knocked it out of bounds. Reese had the angle cut off, and I don't think even if she didn't touch it, Archuleta would have been able to get to it. But she did, and she couldn't grab onto the steal. So back Evanston's way. Wagstaff on the inbound. 5:22 remaining in the third period. 6-point game. Could be a 5-point game depending on those free throws. Wagstaff for a corner three. No, it fell down and then came back out. Archuleta on the putback shot, though. 4 feet away, it's good. Archuleta gets 2 more in the quarter. She has 6, 25 points for Evanston, 29 for Rock Springs. A foul call on Evanston on a trap down on the far sideline is foul number 4 in the game, number 2 in the half for Evanston. It's the second on Archuleta. This game was dead in the water, but it's a 11-0 run for Evanston in the first 3 minutes. Kyla Henry takes the inbound. Big screen from Minery. 2 steps up, off the glass, no good. Archuleta on the board. Evanston down by 4 points. A chance to make it a 1-possession game on the heels of an 11-0 run. Amber Lowe drives in, stops, rejected by Minery, but she's fouled and headed to the free throw line. McKaylee Minery's second foul. Lowe has 2 shots. First one misses short. Lowe hit a 3 back in the second quarter. For a while, that was the only points Evanston had in that second period. They finished with 7 in the quarter. Clock at 4:46. The second free throw, no good either. Rebound Minery. Start the clock again. Trapped by Evanston. Throw away to DeRue. To Novakoski. She's fouled. Shot won't go. Back to the free throw line. Heads Evanston. Zosha Novakoski, a 5'7" junior post, was the most reliable shooter on Evanston this season. Prior to, if you can watch online, if you're watching on the SVI Media, where we are also simulcasting this contest, you can see a wrap on her right knee. And she had a 45-pound weight fall on her in a weight training class, and she missed a couple of weeks as a result. And ever since coming back from that injury, her free throw prowess has disappeared. She was the best free throw shooter on the team, and now I think she's maybe 1 for 8, 2 for 9 in her last, ever since coming back from the line. Misses the first. On the second, it misses short. Tries to chase down her own rebound. Ball still on the ground. Jenkins comes away with it, and a foul call on Evanston will give it back to Rock Springs. Novakoski goes 0 for 2. She's 1 of 4 in the game. Foul also on Zosha. Fouls are adding up a little bit for Evanston. up to 3. That's more than they had the entire first half. Brenley Jenkins is fouled by Amber Lowe. No, never mind. It's the other way. It's out of bounds on Brenley. Just good defense, says the referees, and it's Evanston basketball as Brenley went out of bounds. Thought for sure she had a foul coming her way. Evanston inbound, 29-25, 4:34 left. Rock Springs still scoreless in the third period. DeRue takes the inbound well behind the timeline, races past Kyla Henry, picks it up at the elbow, hands off to Wagstaff in the lane. Bounce pass past Novakoski and out of bounds. 4:25 on the clock. 29-25 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Peyton Reese inbounding. Pressure on Evanston. Henry takes it on the far sideline. Spins around, sees Wagstaff there, gives it up. Peyton Reese throws it across the timeline to Robinson. To the corner. Where's Peyton Reese? Let's see if she can get her magic going again. She had 14 points in the first half. Archuleta nearly steals it away and then does chase it down, but sends it out of bounds off her knee on a pass intended for Peyton Reese. Reese had 14 points for Rock Springs in the first half, 11 in the first quarter. And Robinson is coming out of bounds, and she can't walk right now. I'm not sure if it's an ankle, a hip, or what it is. But getting carried off by Courtney Smith and Brenley Jenkins. And she will be checked out. A big blow for Rock Springs. That brings Aislinn Pasolar into the contest as we await to hear anything more on what could be wrong. Brenley Jenkins tripped up from behind by Wagstaff, and a foul on Taryn is Evanston's fourth. (29-25) on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Crowd coming alive as we have a timeout. Evanston still in the midst of a 11-0 run halfway through the second half. 4:06 in the third period. 30-second timeout. We'll be back in that time. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
29-25 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. 4:06 left in the third period. And still no sign of Jaden Robinson. She's not on the bench anymore either. She's been taken back to the trainer's room. Brenley Jenkins has the basketball for Rock Springs. Still looking for their first points of the quarter. Jenkins fouled, headed to the line. These are, from what we remember, the first free throws of the game for Rock Springs. The scoring table remembers Jaden Robinson taking a pair of free throws back in the first quarter. We can't speak to with a surety whether or not they did happen. And there I see Robinson down by the Gatorade. She has not left the bench, but she's kind of being hidden and being checked out by a couple of trainers. Still no points for Rock Springs in the third period. Jenkins misses her first free throw. 3:57 is where the clock is stopped at. Second free throw by Jenkins. Finally, a point for Rock Springs. 30-25 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Archuleta playing some point guard for Evanston. Takes it across the line. Picks up at the top of the key, right wing to Natalie Robbins. Amber Lowe has it on the corner, dribbles up to the top. Henry out to guard her. No 5-second clock working against Lowe. Here it comes. Hand off to DeRue at the free throw line, into the paint, out to the right block. Zosha up and under, misses though. Archuleta had the board, lost it, picked it back up again and walked with it. 3:31 left. 30-25 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Inbound for Rock Springs and a foul on Amber Lowe. She knocked Kyla Henry to the ground, fighting for position on that would-be inbound pass. Actually, it's on Amber Lowe. Second on Lowe, first on Lowe, a travel on And a rebound by Rock Springs. Had audio cut out there for just a second. 2:30 remaining in the third period. 30-25, Rock Springs with the basketball, up by 5, but on the wrong end of an 11-1 run. Kyla Henry on the far sideline. Throws down to the post. Brenly cuts off the pass. Free throw line shot. Misses short. Courtney fighting for rebounding positioning, but no good. Evanston rebound. Archuleta picked it up. DeRue with 2:05 left. Down into the left blocks. Rejected by Smith, but a block foul. 2 shots for Natalie Robbins on the foul by Courtney. First free throw by Natalie Robbins falls. 30-26 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. All of Robbins' points, all 2 of them, have come from the free throw line today. Setting up for a second. It's in. 2-point game. 2 minutes remaining. 30-27 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. A 3-point game, rather. Down low in the blocks. Turnaround shot. Misses short. Attempting there was McKaylee Johnson. Rebound Evanston. 26-27 points for Evanston. Looking to tie here, perhaps. Right wing. Amber Lowe has it. Jenkins on her. Drives right side. Jenkins stays right in front. Picks up on the elbow. To Burley. She picks it up. Puts it on the ground once or twice. Then fires right wing to Lowe. Lowe working to her right. Has Jenkins on her. Cuts in left side. 1:30. A curl for Corey DeRue. Free throw line shot. Short. Rebound by Sierra Burley. To Henry. She's knocked out of bounds by Amber Lowe, but stepped out. No foul, I believe. I think it's just Evanston basketball. That is the call. Clean defense ruled. McKaylee Minery checks in for Peyton Reese. Had 14 points in the first half, but then held scoreless in the second. 1:17 remaining. Evanston basketball moving from left to right. Corey DeRue. Bounce pass over to Amber Lowe on the right wing. Stutter steps, jabs in, cuts back out, then gives to Robbins. 1:05 left. DeRue open on the corner to tie it for 3! Evanston has come back from down 29-14 to tie it 30 all with a minute remaining in the third quarter. A throwaway by Rock Springs trying to wholesale throw it across the court out of bounds, and Evanston basketball with 55 seconds left. DeRue has 10, make it 11 points in the game. Evanston has tied it, a 16-1 run. Amber Lowe drives to the right side, cuts into the blocks, bounce pass to Sowers, stolen away briefly. Lowe picks it back up, out to the right corner. It's Robbins, double team, poked from behind, and Brenly Jenkins had a steal, was close to it, but a timeout called first by Coach Fessler. Back in 30 seconds on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Rock Springs in the Consolation semifinals against Evanston, tied in the third quarter at 30 apiece.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
30-30 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard as we welcome you back to Cody, Wyoming, where there are 33 seconds left on the clock coming out of that 30-second timeout. Evanston basketball on a 16-1 run in the third period to tie it. Corey DeRue has the inbound, gives it to Robbins on the right wing. Working against a zone look, back to DeRue. 25 seconds left. Evanston holding on to it at all costs. They say we've gone this far. At worst, we can go in with a tie if we just hold on to the basketball, even if you miss on that last shot. What a new game we have, and who would have thought that that 1 point might mean so much? That could have been given or maybe wasn't. Steal away, Rock Springs. Henry against DeRue. Drives around, 2 points in for the Tigers. 1 second left at the buzzer. Well short on the half-court heave-ho. And it's 32-30 at the end of 3. Evanston runs a 16-3 outscoring of Rock Springs, but still trails by 2 as we enter the 4th period. That's coming up next on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on K9 Radio and online mylocalradio.com.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
For generations, gun ownership has been an important part of our heritage. At the Gun Room in Evanston, you'll find a large selection of quality firearms. Everything from personal protection handguns to hunting rifles and shotguns. With a wide selection of hunting gear, ammo, optics, and apparel, we have what you need. Ask about our 90-day layaway program. And remember, success on the range and in the field starts at the Gun Room. Call today, 307-789-2677.
4th quarter about to begin as we welcome you back to Schweitzer Gymnasium in Cody, Wyoming. Possession Rock Springs, lead Rock Springs, but it's a whole different ball game than it was that quarter ago. 29-14 after 2 periods. Rock Springs on top, 32-30 at the end of the 3rd. Evanston down by just 2. 16-3 run by Evanston, led by 6 points from Corey DeRue and 6 points from Ajahana Archuleta. Dual Dr. McKay Franklin Precision players of the game for climbing Evanston back into the contest in that 3rd period. Appreciate Dr. McKay Franklin bringing precision play of the game all year long. Robinson back into the contest, and she walks with it, turns it back over. Guessing it must have been an ankle roll, though, as it looked like it was either a knee or hip possibly as well, the way she got carried off. But back into the game, probably an ankle rolling, and she is ready to go once again. 32-30 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Taryn Wagstaff playing point guard for Evanston, and a whistle blown off the ball foul on an illegal screen. Wait for the call. It's on 2-3, Natalie Robbins. Team foul number 7 for Evanston. That will put Rock Springs into the single bonus, but not on this time because it was an offensive foul. You don't get free throws for those. You just get the ball back. 7:28 left. Peyton Reese into the game. Takes the inbound, passes to Jenkins. She finds Henry. Still behind the timeline and well behind it to Reese. 20 seconds left. 7:20 left. Throw to Jenkins, open on the corner, steps into a 3-ball, makes it. Brenley comes alive. She has been very quiet in this game, very quiet the last time in Evanston, and Rock Springs played it well as well. She's already above her total in that game. She only had 6, up to 9 in this contest. Out to the corner, DeRue drives in past Henry. Stolen away by Jenkins. Wow, what a rip away. Jenkins on the run. Layup is good. The momentum has shifted back thanks to that outstanding freshman athlete, Brenley Jenkins. First, the offensive play, that's what we know her for, but defense is just as fine on the rip, steal, and finish in the lane. Turnaround shot by Archuleta against Smith, no good. Rebound, Courtney Smith, almost stolen away by Corey DeRue. Kyla Henry comes away with it. Still needs to get it across the timeline, though. It's Jenkins, well behind, throws ahead to Henry. She needs to run to cross the timeline and does. Throws to Peyton Reese on the corner. To Robinson for 3, misses long. Rebound by Jenkins, grabbed it out of the ground. Bounce pass out to the corner, drive in, Robinson throws it up, fouled. And the shot will not count, it looks like. It's a charging foul, in fact, for Robinson. 3rd foul for Robinson on the charge, 37-30 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. .6:13 left as we come back to action. Evanston basketball. Taryn Wagstaff, Amber Lowe, Corey DeRue. A very short guard duo, but a very quick, decisive, and well-shooting clutch as well. And defensively, those Lady Red Devils at about 5'3" and under have really carried this team on the defensive side this season. Taryn Wagstaff on the wing, looks down to Archuleta, can't find her. Amber Lowe at the top of the key, backing up, looks to DeRue. Left side, down to the baseline. Wagstaff pulls back, picks up her dribble, guarded tightly by Jenkins. Throw up high. Amber Lowe crosses to the left, stop and pop at the free throw line, no good. Novakoski with a tough ball, getting the board up in pressure, but then turns it back over. Kyla Henry coming away with a steal as the ball was thrown away by Novakoski. 37-30 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Winner of this game qualifies for state. Loser is done for the year. Jenkins comes around to curl by Smith. Elbow shot, good! Brindley Jenkins around the weave. 2 screens were set up from her, and then she even then had a very small window to shoot it. She was floating through the air as she did, put it into the air. DeRue to respond. No, it's an air ball. Ball off the foot of someone, off the foot of Amber Lowe, and out of bounds back Rock Springs way. Hannah Sowers comes in for Novakoski. McKaylee Minery gets a quick drink of water and runs in as well. Natalie Robbins into the game for Evanston, replacing Amber Lowe. 39-30 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Near steal away. Kyla Henry gives it up. She couldn't get the inbound. Credit Natalie Robbins with an effective steal on that play. Back to Evanston. The Red Devils have not scored in the first 3 minutes of this fourth period. Inbound to Wagstaff. She picks it up on the elbow, finds Archuleta, turns around to the paint. Back outside, Sowers to Wagstaff on the right wing. Looking to her right, then to her left. Has DeRue pop out, now drives in. Penetrates, dish out to Sowers. Short corner shot up, a little bit shy. Archuleta rolls down to the ground, but walks with it. She got a rebound out of the hands of Courtney Smith, but then fell down to the ground and traveled as a result. 39-30 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Brindley Jenkins was out for about 20 seconds. She replaces Kyla Henry. Jenkins with 5 points in the fourth quarter. Takes the inbound, has a steal as well. Peyton Reese takes it from Jenkins. Double team on her, back to Jenkins. Still not even past the free throw line. Baseball throw down to Robeson. In the blocks to Smith on the left side, off the glass, a little bit long. Hannah Sowers takes the rebound in for Evanston. Evanston basketball. Archuleta to DeRue on the far sideline. Back to Robbins, she'll reset. Robbins down low against a double-teamed Archuleta. Dishes out to the corner. DeRue open for a long 2. It's up. Still short, though. Peyton Reese on the board for Rock Springs. Brindley Jenkins has it. DeRue trying to keep up with her. Runs right into a big screen by Courtney Smith. Opens up Brindley Jenkins as she takes it across. Still with the dribble. Loses it a little bit high. Under 4 minutes to play. 39-30 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Wagstaff had a steal, but a timeout came. The ball was loose, and they let the timeout go. 3:54 left. 39-30 on the Impact Physical Therapy board on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
You know, you see this sometimes in a game. Did the coach have the timeout, or was the ball already loose, chicken or the egg? And in this situation, the official ruling went in favor of the coach getting the timeout, 39-30, so Rock Springs retains possession as we welcome you back to Schweitzer Gymnasium. Kyla Henry takes the ball out to the right side. Robeson wide open on the corner for 3, passes it up. Minery looking back to Brindley Jenkins. 3:40 left. 39-30 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Rock Springs on a run has held Evanston scoreless in the fourth period after Evanston held Rock Springs nearly scoreless in the third. Minery at the 10-foot volleyball line, comes around, gives it off to a curl. Henry opens up Reese on the corner for a 3, misses long, and the ball out of bounds, last touched by Robison. Clock at 3:20. A foul on Robison as well. That puts Evanston on the free throw line for 1-1. Her fourth. Jaden had to come out of the game earlier and was carried off, and glad to see that it was nothing too serious. Corey DeRue at the free throw line, 1-and-1 shot up and in. Add a point for the Red Devils side for the first time this quarter on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Setting up for the second, good as well. 32 points for Evanston. They trail Rock Springs by 7. Rock Springs basketball, under 3:20 to play. Across the timeline, Michaela Minery takes it past Hannah Sowers, runs into a trap. Robbins accosts her and called for the push foul. By my count, it's the second foul or third foul on Natalie Robbins. Yes, it is her third. Michaela Minery on the line. That's 1-and-1 free throw shooting. Team foul number 8 for Evanston. Minery on the shot. Up and out, no good. Start the clock again. Ajahana Archuleta moving from left to right, doing a lot of the ball handling duties in this second half, especially in transition. If she gets a board, she's taking it across. Robbins has it on the right wing, high dribble, loses it into the hands of Robinson, and then back away. Robbins grabbed it. Jump ball called. Possession arrow, Evanston. Robinson giving a round of applause to the referee after the jump ball was called, because that would have been her 5th if the foul came against her. 2:55 remaining in the 4th period. 3-possession game. Rock Springs in favor, 39-32. Winner gets his bid into state and plays at 3 p.m. at Livingston Elementary here in Cody. Corey DeRue has the basketball on the left wing. Up top to Taryn Wagstaff. Drives left side, runs into a double. Handoff. Sowers curls around, gives it off to Ajahana. Left elbow shot. Falls out. Hit off the left side of the rim. Brenley Jenkins with the rebound. Finds Smith. Gets the pressure off a little bit. Back to Jenkins. Deep throw down to Henry. She tries to grab it. Toes it on the baseline. Steps out of bounds though. Knocked it off the body of Corey DeRue, but she hit it, her foot down on the baseline before that. Back to Evanston. The pressure from Evanston continues to bother Rock Springs, even in a moment like that. With a 7-point lead, they're always worried about getting a 10-second violation. Wagstaff on the corner, picks up her dribble, loses it. Brenley Jenkins stole the ball right out of the air, intended down into the block for Archuleta. 2:11 left, 39-32. Jenkins crosses over to her left, gives off to Robinson. Back to Jenkins at the 10-foot volleyball line. Over right side, it's Henry. Delay time for Rock Springs, down to the final 2 minutes. Up by 3 possessions. A pass in low to Jenkins. She got knocked from behind by Corey DeRue. That is not 2 free throws unless Jenkins makes the first, so not a bad foul, all things considered, for Corey DeRue. Also just her second. Single bonus, it's team foul number 9 for Evanston. Clock stopped at 1:56. 39-32 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Free throw by Jenkins does nothing but net. Second one misses short. Archuleta comes away with the rebound for Evanston. Robbins to take it across. Amber Lowe on the left wing. Throws down from the free throw line to the blocks. Wagstaff moves to her left, runs out of options, finds Lowe. Drive in, stop and pop at the block, misses long. Courtney Smith with the rebound. Throws up ahead to Henry. It's her and Robinson. Henry wants to do it herself. Runs right into Taryn Wagstaff, and a block foul called. It's 2 shots for Kyla Henry. Take a look down at the score for Jenkins. I have her with 14 points to lead the way. Corey DeRue with 13 for Evanston. Henry has 4. First shot by Kyla falls. And we're up to a 3-possession game, 41-32 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. A full 3-possession game with 1:32 remaining. Winner will play, and we never mentioned this in the broadcast. We were hurrying to get on and then dealing with internet issues. Winner will play, not Star Valley, will play Green River, who won 51-48 over Cody in the morning game. Green River is qualified for state, 1:20 remaining. Evanston about out of options, down by 9. Catch and shoot by DeRue for 3. Falls out by a hair. Rebound Jenkins. Peyton Reese takes it across the timeline. Runs into Archuleta, and a foul called on Ajahana. Back to the free throw line. Peyton Reese, the hero of the first half for Rock Springs. She averages just over 5 points per game, had 14 in the first half. 1:07 remaining is all. One or make or more makes it a 4-possession game, and with 1:07 left, you need a whole lot to go right. Reese misses long on the first. We knew that the 3 through 6 seeding in the 4A West was tight all year long between Green River, Rock Springs, Evanston, and yes, Cody. And in the end, it came down to those 4 teams. Cody lost out to Green River, and 42-32 after a second free throw make. It appears that Evanston will do the same. Make by Evanston out of the break, and a timeout called. 42-34 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Back for the final 56 seconds when we return on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY on 99.1 FM.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Full timeout taken as we welcome you back to Rock Springs versus Evanston here at Cody High School. Final day of the regional tournament. Appears like it will be the final day for the Lady Red Devils as well. It is a 3-possession basketball game as Reese made 1 of 2, and then Natalie Robbins hit a shot on the other side. However, Evanston with the basketball and 56 ticks left on the clock. Needs a whole lot going right. And excuse me, Rock Springs will have the basketball after that make. Brenley Jenkins on the inbound. Evanston may have the basketball before long, the way they've been stealing away throughout this season on inbound passes or in the back court. Jenkins looking for a mate and throws it out of bounds. So, yeah, there you go. It's now Evanston basketball. Kyla Henry was appealing for a tip. And, oh, no, they got it. Henry got the tip. Still Rock Springs way. Foul off the ball. It's Kyla Henry. Evanston basketball. 42-34 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Henry's second foul and an offensive one does not result in a free throw shot for Evanston. Inbound to DeRue. Amber Lowe has it. No time to waste. You got to shoot it. Turn around into the blocks. Natalie Robbins makes one. 42-36 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And a turnover for Rock Springs. Kyla Henry stepped on the baseline and is back Evanston's way. 46 seconds left. And this is the sort of thing that you just see happen in an Evanston basketball game. Never count out the Lady Red Devils. 42-36, a 2-possession game. We'll be back in 30. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY and 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
(42-36) and back Evanston's way. Everything that could go wrong for Rock Springs on the inbound is going wrong. They had a ball knocked out of bounds, a foul, and then Kyla Henry caught stepping on the baseline, or on a carry rather was the call there. And Evanston basketball again. Amber Lowe in the lane. 2 points in. 40 seconds left. The clock continues to run, and it's a 4-point game. Inbound, almost stolen. Back to Evanston. No, back to Rock Springs. Archuleta had a chance to try and grab at it, but opted not to. I think she was thinking that Rock Springs touched it last. 42-38 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Rock Springs still looking for a successful inbound. Thrown away to Wagstaff. Open layup. It's out and no good. Rock Springs basketball and fouled. Everything that could go wrong, like I said, has been going wrong for Rock Springs on the inbound play alone. And a wide open bunny shot in, just missed. Rock Springs on the line after the foul. Brenley Jenkins for 2 shots. Foul was Corey DeRue's third. Jenkins misses the first. The end of this game, unbelievable, but that is if you haven't been watching Lady Red Devil basketball all year long, somehow, some way, they just never say die. Even when it all seems out of hand, a missed free throw by Jenkins into the hands of Robbins. Clock starts again. A foul, no. Never mind, going Rock Springs way. Do we have a carry? Jump ball called. 25 seconds left. Jenkins inbounds to Reese. Throw it back to Jenkins. She just needs to hold on and get fouled. Henry to the left side, continuing to run the clock. Robinson up high to Henry. Robbins comes in, fouls, and finally it's Archuleta getting the foul call. 16 seconds left, 42-38 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. The last time these two teams played, it was 42-39, Evanston winning that contest. We have almost an identical score today. Rock Springs, though, up 42-38. Henry hits, misses on the first free throw. Foul was number 4 on Archuleta. .16 seconds left. Evanston still has 1 timeout left, so you get a miss here, and you got a chance. You got to get the rebound, though. Ball knocked out of bounds on the miss. Evanston basketball. You need a quick shot. Doesn't have to be a 3. You can take a timeout perhaps, but you need a turnover and a foul and hope for some help. Inbound to Amber Lowe. She takes across the timeline, running with it still. Double team on her. Goes against Courtney Smith. Misses. Rebound to Robbins. She's up and fouled. 7.4 seconds left on the clock. 42-38 to make it a 2-point game. Natalie Robbins at the line. It's been a crazy regional tournament. It's been a crazy 4A West season. And Robbins misses on the first free throw. Coach Fessler takes his last timeout. 42-38. We'll take it with him. Back in 30 seconds. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Down to 8 seconds in the game. I think the official clock says 7.4. 42-38 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. And Natalie Robbins, after missing her first free throw with a chance to cut it down to a 3-point game, has 1 free throw left. Evanston is out of timeouts. Robbins sets up, puts the ball on the ground a few times, shoots it up, misses high. Archuleta ready for the board, but Brenley Jenkins came away with it. Jump ball called and possession arrow Evanston. No time comes off the clock. Still at 7.4. Evanston inbound. Bounce pass to Robbins. You got to shoot it. Low. Running the clock down to DeRue for 3. No good. And a foul off the ball anyways. And a push away. Moves it Rock Springs way. That's the contest. Evanston will fall to Rock Springs. 2.8 on the clock. Actually, hold off a second. Excuse me. I pushed the foul the wrong way. It's on Rock Springs, and Robinson fouls out. She was busting through that screen, not a moving screen. Natalie Robbins at the free throw line, 2.8 seconds left, and Natalie Robbins with a chance to make a 3-point game. Now, 2.8 seconds left. You have to make the first, which she does. Now, I think you have to miss the second, somehow get it out for a 3-point attempt on a rebound, and that's your chance. Your chance to get it to overtime is about that and about only that. Shot is up. She intentionally misses. Smith gets the board, but it never hit the rim, so it's Rock Springs basketball. 2.8 seconds left. What's that? No, you have to hit the rim. Timeout taken by Rock Springs. That's their final. We'll keep it right here. Jay Kibber joining you online at KNYN 99.1 FM, online at mylocalradio.com, and also being simulcast through SVI Media as well. Full timeout taken, and that's the final one of the game. 42-39, the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Official clock says 2.8, so we rounded up to 3 on our Impact Physical Therapy board. Evanston will have to defend an inbound, something that they have done successfully many times throughout this season, something that they've done successfully many times this game, in fact. It was 39-30. Evanston in the midst of a 9-3 run, but they need one more miracle to happen to have a chance to take it to overtime for Rock Springs. They just need to inbound it. Let it, hold on to it. You don't need to do anything except get fouled and then move on to state. If you make one free throw, if you miss two, then maybe Evanston has a chance to tie it with a long, long shot, probably from full court, if they get the rebound. Evanston with Robbins, Wagstaff, Lowe, and DeRue huddling up, looking focused, knowing their job and task ahead is a steal, followed by a quick 3-point attempt. Archuleta standing by the referee. She guards Peyton Reese on the baseline inbound. Here we go. 42-39, final chance for Evanston. Reese to inbound, goes to Smith, and Robbins fouls her. Clock stops at 1.5 seconds. 2 free throws regardless, and for Natalie, that is her 4th foul. Smith has 2 shots regardless. Evanston can get a board. It would be likely either Archuleta or perhaps Novakoski. They actually moved Taryn Wagstaff down low on the thought maybe they could give it to her for a full court shot up. It's essentially a pass to the basket at that point. Smith to seal it. The free throw's good, and Rock Springs is advanced to state. 43-39 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. The Lady Red Devils will finish their season 1 game above 500, 13-12. Rock Springs improves to 14-10. Smith misses the second. It's over. Evanston at the buzzer. Throws it up, but it's all over. The Lady Red Devils have been eliminated by Rock Springs on a crazy end of a contest, 43-39. Evanston had a 16-3 run in the 3rd period to tie it up, but in the end, Rock Springs prevailed by 4. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball live on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
Throughout life, we celebrate the important milestones with jewelry, like graduation with a class ring, a watch for Father's Day, wedding sets for the bride and groom, a strand of pearls for your sweet 16, mother's rings to celebrate family. Commemorate these milestones working side by side with your personal jeweler at Sievers Jewelers. When you want to say, I want this moment to last forever, say it with Sievers. Sievers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
Still adding up all the scores as we have a 43-39 final on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. Evanston is eliminated from state consideration on the girls' side after really an incredible game. A lot of heart shown by Rock Springs after losing the first time to get off to such a hot start. Peyton Reese coming out of nowhere to have 14 points in the first half. And Evanston trailed 29-14 after those two quarters, dead in the water. And then the Lady Red Devils come out and show their heart. A 16-3 outscoring of Rock Springs in the third period, and they trail by just 2. And that was only by way of a Kyla Henry shot that just went in on a turnover at the buzzer. Otherwise, Evanston and Rock Springs would have been tied. Evanston was down 39-30 late in the fourth quarter as they could not get anything to go in themselves in the fourth. And they still made it a game. Still were down by 2 at one point, down to 1. And eventually Rock Springs just got the opportunities that they needed to close out this contest. What an incredible 4A West regional tournament we anticipated it to be between the 3 through 6 seeding. And when it's all said and done, Rock Springs has been added into the state consideration as the 4th team along with Green River. And for a 4th time, those teams will play, and for a 2nd time in as many days, Rock Springs and Green River will play for the 3rd place game. Kelly Walsh and Star Valley, your championship matchup, and those are the teams from the 4A West headed to the state tournament next week at the Casper Event Center. Coming up, we have the boys consolation matchup, Star Valley versus Cody, and that will be preceded by our broadcast of Evanston versus Jackson, as the boys try to earn their bid into state against a team they lost to in overtime just 1 week ago today. We'll give you the Red Devil recap at the end of this day, whether it's at the end of this 1 o'clock game or should the boys advance and play at 4:30 in this consolation final. But now let's run you through our scores in this contest. For Evanston, 13 points from Corey DeRue, 6 by Natalie Robbins, 6 by Aja Hanna Archuleta, 4 from Hannah Sowers. Amber Lowe had 3, and Zosha Novakoski finished for 1. Brenley Jenkins had 14 points in the game, bested only by Peyton Reese's 15. Jaden Robinson, 6 points in the game. For Courtney Smith, she finished with 3. And 5 points for Kyla Henry rounds out the Rock Springs scoring totals. We will take one last break and then close out this post-game coverage as we go get ready for the boys coming up in about an hour and a half from now. This is a First Bank presentation of Red Devil basketball on KNY on 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Education in Wyoming has been a long-held tradition. The communities that make up Uinta County School District #1 are committed to those traditions. Student learning, teacher and staff development, extracurricular activities for students to choose from, quality facilities that are clean and comfortable, and a transportation department that always goes above and beyond are just some of the ways we work as a community to help students succeed. Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need them, they'll be there. Specializing in plumbing, air conditioning repairs, furnace installation and repairs, water heaters, HVAC system installation and maintenance. What's in your ductwork? Landmark Plumbing and Heating. And do your excavation work for septic systems and sewer cleaning. 307-789-8793. You'll find them in Evanston. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk to you about PetMinerals.com. By merging the highest quality veterinary grade ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology, PetMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digestive, and overall diet. You and I both know a healthy pet is a happy pet. Show your pets how much you care. Order them supplements today at PetMinerals.com.
Final time we sign off for a girls broadcast this year, and what a season it was. They lost about 85% of their scoring. I did the math at the beginning of the year, and I think that's about what it was between all of the departing seniors that they had. And we had no idea how this Lady Red Devils team was going to put together any points, let alone win games. And the way they did it was through hustle, grit, a lot of heart, and they nearly pulled it off and got a bid to state today. They upset Cody on their home floor 32-15 on day one. Did not allow a field goal in that entire first half. Held Cody to just 2 points in all. Nearly knocked off Star Valley yesterday. And then in consolation, after trailing 29-14 after 2 quarters, came back with a 16-point third quarter to tie it back up at 30 apiece. And then down 9 points in the fourth quarter. And all dead in the water. They came back one more time. It just wasn't quite enough, and they end up falling to Rock Springs by 4 points, 43-39 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. The Lady Red Devils' legacy on this year is it doesn't matter what you got on the stat line, doesn't matter what you got in the measurements. You go out there and you play hard, you play with defensive intensity, and you can be in any game, and there's no excuses. And that team, despite falling short of a state bid, has no reason to hang their heads after a season like that. We'll close it out there. Back in about an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half. We'll go on closer to the opening tip time like we did for the girls' game today. We will hear from Pablo Escalante. He was the runner-up at the 195-pound division in the 4A Wrestling State Tournament last week. Hear from him pregame for the boys as we get set to play Jackson. Same deal. Consolation semifinals. The boys win. Whoever wins is into state. The loser is headed home with nothing to practice for next week. I'm Jake Hibbert. Thanks for listening. We'll see you back at about 12:45 p.m.
Thank you for listening to this edition of Red Devil Basketball. Catch all of the games live or archived at mylocalradio.com. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and thank you for tuning in.